Hey guys, so today I decided to do another talc-free makeup look. I said that I was going to be doing these at least once a month. I was going to try to do one. And this is using a lot of cooler tone eyeshadows. It was requested that I do a look that's using cool tone browns. So I know that these videos might seem kind of the same as far as brands because there's only but a handful of brands that are actually talc-free. Talc is a prominent ingredient in almost every single eyeshadow that I own and that's out there in the market. So they're hard to come by. So if you have any sort of brands that are talc-free, please leave them in the comment section so that I can get more products so that the videos have new things to use in them. But everything is Makeup Geek. This time around, I didn't use anything from the Balm, but everything is sort of cool tone, very smoky, very rich, very intense, very sexy, sultry. And I've been getting into a lot of like dark looks, especially putting a lot of darkness on the waterline, which I used to do years and years ago, and then I sort of stopped over the last several years. I've just been keeping it sort of bare, but I'm really digging the whole kind of sexy thing. So I hope you guys like it. I decided to throw on a few individual flares, just to add a little something glamorous to the eye. Totally optional. I'm using the little lash trios that come like this from the Kiss brand that I get at Walmart. I love these. They're super easy to apply and they give you a lot of impact, although they're just little tiny lashes. I mean, they're just itty bitty ones. And then that's pretty much it. I will see you after the tutorial and I hope you guys enjoy the look. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is taking the Makeup Geek eyeshadow in White Lies with the Morphe MB23 brush. This eyeshadow is a matte white, and I'm using that just to create a thin layer to neutralize a little bit, and it helps with blending the shadows out. Next, I'm taking another Makeup Geek eyeshadow. It's called Barcelona Beach with the same Morphe brush. This is a cool tone tan, and it is also matte, and I'm applying this to my crease and just buffing it, as you can see here, pretty messily. That's why I love that Morphe MB23 brush, because you do not have to be precise at all with this color. Next, I'm taking the color Hipster with the Soft Dome brush by Makeup Geek. And so I'm going to be taking that color and applying mostly to the outer part of the eye, and then whatever's left on the brush sort of blend it into the crease area with the other shadow that was already there. And I really like this brush because it's really skinny. It's not super thick and like fluffy as other crease brushes are, and it's also very pointed, so you can get a more precise application. And that's why I chose it for this look, because I wanted to kind of keep that color specifically on the outer part mostly. And then I'm just taking that Morphe brush and blending it out. Then I'm taking the color Bling, also by Makeup Geek, and a Makeup Geek eye blender brush, which is an angled brush. Not really sure if they make this anymore, but just any eyeshadow brush would work. And I'm applying this to the inner part and onto the lid, and not going too far towards the outer part of the eye. And then I'm also going to be using that same color as my inner corner highlight, so the same brush will work just fine because of that angle. It's perfect. Then I'm going to take the eyeshadow Moon Dust by Makeup Geek and a brush, I think it's like the Outer V brush by Makeup Geek, and I'm just again applying that more heavily and more concentrated on the outer part, so it creates a bit of depth and a lot of smokiness. And this color does have shimmer in it, so that's why I chose it, so that everything is not completely flat matte on the eye, because I do like the shimmer finishes. And then I'm also going to be connecting that down towards the lower half of the lower lash line as well. Alright, and so I'm doing a little bit more blending, of course, because I am like wanting this super blended. Then I'm going to be taking Moon Dust and the Hipster shadows mixed together, and I'm going to be using the Outer V brush and again packing some more. So it's a bunch of layering for this look, but when you layer a little bit and blend it out and then layer some more and then continuously blend it, it just looks so good. And then of course I'm just kind of creating a shape on the outer part, not super dramatic with the shape of the shadow. You don't have to do that. You can just follow the natural shape of your eye if you prefer. And then of course, as I said, more blending. It's very, very important that you blend. Then going back in with White Lies, that's going to be the highlight again. We're just going to kind of smooth out any harsh lines. And because it's matte, you can use it on the outer part of the eye as well to kind of clean up your edges. Alright, so moving on to the lower lash line, I'm taking Hipster again, which has a bit of a sheen to it. It's not super shimmery at all, with an angled eyeliner brush from Morphe brushes, and I'm applying that to the under eye area, and I'm really kind of sticking close to the root of the lash and creating a little bit of thickness there. And then going back in with Moon Dust again, that sort of shimmery kind of taupey tan with a Zoeva 237 detail shader brush, and I'm going to sort of pull this down quite a bit to create that sort of sultry, sexy, smoky look. And then of course I'm retouching my lids because with blending you can lose some intensity there as well. Alright, so then I'm going to be moving on to eyeliner, but firstly I'm going to be tightlining with the NARS Larger Than Life pencil in the shade Via Veneto, which is a matte black, and I am going to be using the black eyeshadow called Corrupt by Makeup Geek with an angled liner brush. This is the number 317 by Zoeva, and I'm applying this as my liner. As you can see, this brush is so incredibly thin and precise. It is absolutely one of my very favorite eyeliner brushes. And I did forget to mention that I did do tight lining on my lower waterline, which is something I don't do, but I did go in all the way as well with the pencil just to create a more sultry look with the eye and kind of sort of change up the eye shape just a bit. As you can see, I'm going in all the way into the inner corner just to create a bit of a point. Not super exaggerated. This doesn't need to be like completely overdone and dramatic. Just a touch where it meets the upper inner corner with the lower inner corner is all you need to do. And then of course I'm creating a bit of a wing with the shadow. Totally optional, you don't have to do that, but I do like it because again it's that sultry sexy look that I'm going for. And then I'm taking a synthetic brush. This is from eBay that I ordered, and I'm just kind of smudging this out so that it's not super harsh. And you have to kind of take your time with this shadow because this is the blackest shadow that I have ever used. It is insane. So I just, again, layering and just picking up a little bit because if you overdo it, this actually stains your skin. It's so pigmented, it's crazy. And then I'm also going to be smudging the lower lashes as well. Then I'm going to be cleaning up with some, this is the Clinique eye gel and a brush. Just any brush would work, and I like doing that because it's also going to prepare my under eye area for concealer. You can use makeup remover and a wipe or a Q-tip dipped in makeup remover, whatever you want, but I do like the whole cleaning up with some eye cream. Alright, so now it's time for some concealer. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Concealer in the shade Light. It's my very favorite drugstore concealer of all time, and I'm blending that in with the Micro Beauty Blender. I love this sponge. It's so freaking cute, but it actually does work, and just make sure you dampen it really well and then wring out the water so it's not super wet. It's just damp, and it makes all the difference in the world using a damp sponge to blend in your concealer. And I'm also going to be taking that a little bit further down around my nose area as well. I don't know if I show it, but this is a really good concealer and it's one of my favorites, and it's super cheap. Time for some lashes, using Lash Discovery on the bottom and Lash Sensational, both by Maybelline, on the top. And this is the look with just mascara. I did 2 coats of the Lash Sensational, and I actually really like it. It's really good. It may not be as good as my Rocket Volume, but I'm working on it. And so that's the look. If you wanted to stop right here, this is all you have to do. But if you also wanted to be a bit sassy, here's a look with a couple individual flares that I showed you at the beginning of the video. I actually really love it with the little flares on the end. I think it adds a bit of drama, but not over the top. Alright, so that is the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really love this look. I think it's very, I don't know, it just works really well with the sort of lip that I'm wearing today. And so let me tell you what I'm wearing on my face first. Foundations and concealers, I will list them below, but for blush, I'm using the Makeup Geek Infatuation blush. Decided to add a bit of warmth to the skin by using this as my blush slash contour a bit so that it's not super harsh. Blended out the lines. I'm super glowy today just because I decided to use my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. Absolutely love this, and I just love the glow. It looks sort of like wet, but it's really not. It's such a cool product, so that's what I have on. And then for my lips, I'm using two new things, two drugstore products. For my lipstick, it's the CoverGirl lipstick in number 340 Delicious. And this one is quite unique because I haven't been able to find anything that's quite like this from the drugstore, and I've been wearing this non-stop. It's sort of like a bit of a muted purpley color. It's got a touch of pink to it, so I feel like it makes it super wearable. But like I said, when I was seeing it here, I sort of noticed that it was different from anything else from the drugstore. You don't really find colors like this there. So I grabbed that really quickly, and I just love it. I was in a rush that day at Target, so glad I got it. It was the last one. It was number 340. It's called Delicious. And then for the gloss, I decided to use the Rimmel Stay Glossy 3D Gloss. And this is in the shade Popcorn for Two. And this is quite unique as well. I've never seen anything like this at the drugstore. And you may not be able to see it, maybe there. You see how it's super reflective. It's a kind of nudie pink color, but it has a bluish green sort of duochrome to it, so it makes your lips look full and juicy and very pouty. And I just like how it gives that sort of extra dimensional look to the lips, especially if you have it on the center. So that's what I did today, and I love these products. So you will be seeing these again and other shades as well from these lines. I absolutely love them. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any sort of requests or recommendations, let me know what they are, because I am trying to knock out some requested videos. So I will see you very soon. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.